Ukip former leader Nigel Farage claimed a way to stop Michel Barnier's attempt to undermine the UK post-Brexit is to call on French farmers to rebel against Emmanuel Macron. Speaking on his LBC show, Mr Farage claimed that Michel Barnier's threat to Theresa May that if the UK leaves the customs union making trade deals will become more difficult is a mere attempt to stop other EU countries leaving the bloc. Prime Minister Theresa May announced the UK will categorically leave the customs union ahead of her meeting with the EU Brexit Chief, negotiator. LBC Getty Brexit News. Nigel Farage calls on French farmer to rebel against Macron to save UK future trade. In response to the Prime Minister's announcement, Mr Barnier said that the decision of the UK to leave the customs union will cause unavoidable barriers to trade. Nigel Farage lashed out at Mr Barnier's comment, saying, "Barnier is doing what we expected, not applying the economic logic that the UK is a fantastic marketplace for EU exporters to the tune of €80 billion surplus every single year. Barnier is playing politics. He doesn't want it to be seen that we've left the European Union easily, otherwise he knows that Denmark and Austria and goodness knows who else would want to follow us, and possibly in quite short order. Barnier is not applying the economic logic that the UK is a fantastic marketplace for EU exporters." Nigel Farage: "I've said this before. I'll say it again. We need to be lobbying the German car makers, the Belgian chocolate manufacturers. We need to be lobbying the people who may well get tariffs put upon them. This is quite a big part of the debate that is going on in Italy at the moment, ahead of their general election taking place in early March. But another idea was put to me today that could just be a winner," he added. Monday, February 5, 2018. Michel Barnier and David Davis head to Downing Street for lunch meeting. If the French farmers and French wine producers, for whom we're a really big, important market, thought their government was trying to make it more difficult for them to sell the goods to the UK, what would they do? We know what the French farmers and smallholders do. They'd come to Paris, they'd protest, they'd riot, and maybe we should be making sure the French farmers know that their government, Emmanuel Macron, is in cahoots with Michel Barnier to try to make their lives very much more difficult. It would be a different approach. Never mind, it might just work."